Good morning, Wildcats, or afternoon or evening, depending on when you're watching this video. This is Mr. Bugash with my Tuesday message to you. I hope you are all doing well. It is really important that you're checking your Google Classroom. As you know, teachers are posting assignments and providing you some feedback on there. As well as Google Classroom, Ms. Bertini, our librarian, has just posted virtual field trips. Each day there is a different virtual field trip. You can take a trip to Mars, a trip to the moon, all types of museums and different places that you can visit virtually. Check that out on our CRAM library webpage. Also, what's posted is our AR book count on the front page of crammiddleschool.org. Don't forget, Wildcats, you should still be taking your AR quizzes. Our goal is 6,000. We are a little over 13,000, so we have to continue taking our AR quizzes and reading our books. If you need access to virtual books, please check out our library webpage for some information on that as well. I did receive some questions from the students last week, and I wanted to go ahead and address those questions. First, we have Matthew Salvador. His question is, when will the end of school be and will there be finals? That's a great question, Matthew. We do know the end of school was scheduled for May 22nd. They did just announce in the news that we will not be making up days, that these days that you're home working will count. So I'm assuming that day will not be changed. And you're asking about finals. If we do come back to school, when we do come back to school, you will be taking finals, yes, to answer your questions. Next, we have a couple of questions from Miguel Soto. Is math related to science? Absolutely. Actually, Miguel, reading is also related to science and math, and it all really kind of fits together. So make sure that you are working hard on all of your classes. That's really important. Miguel also asks, so are assignments in Google Classroom counting as a grade? Like they will affect our report card? The answer to that is your teachers will be providing you feedback, Miguel, but they will not be putting A, B, C's on your grades like normal. They will be providing you feedback, though. At this point, it is about learning and keeping up your skills for when we do return to school. Then Miguel asked, will we go back to school after a couple of more weeks? Well, right now, we are scheduled to come back April 17th. We would wait to hear from the district if that's still going to occur. Next, we have a question from Brooke Chanley. I would like to know, Mr. Bugash, that if you were something else besides a principal, what would you be? Well, those of you that don't know, I was in the restaurant business and working at the Mirage before I got into education. So to answer that question, I would definitely either be still a sous chef at the Mirage or I would be a restaurant manager if I was not a principal and in education. Great question. Next is Sanaya Jones. Will we repeat the grade we're in? Sanaya, right now, you will not be repeating the grade you are in. But it is important to keep your skills up as far as your reading, math, science, and making sure you're checking your Google Classroom and doing all that. Next, we have a question from Ryan Bird. Will you still hold the award ceremony? And I'm assuming that this is in general. When we do come back to school, the answer to that question is yes. We will hold the award ceremony and our 8th grade promotion night when we do come back. Next is a question from Jackson Lewis. When are we coming back to school? And I kind of answered that by saying April 17th as of right now, until we hear different. Justine Pickett. My question is, why do we need to be extremely afraid and freaked out with everything that's going on? Well, Justine, it's important to, remain calm, do what you need to do virtually for your education, follow, the guidelines that they're putting out, washing your hands, social distancing, and there's no reason to be freaked out at all. Elizabeth Cursifer is asking, are we still going to do SBAC and MAP and exams? Also, are there no tests to show we go to the next grade? So I answered the next grade already. Elizabeth, as far as SBAC goes right now, the state has asked for a waiver not to take SBAC, and we are waiting to get an answer from the state on that. Next, Ava Johnson. Will we have school next year? Absolutely, Ava. We will have school next year. The next question is from Joseph Madrid. If we don't go back to school because of COVID-19, will we have to make up SBAC testing? Would that be possible? Like I said, we did ask for a waiver, and if we don't come back to school, then obviously we won't be taking SBAC. There will not be a makeup. You will take it next year. Next, we have, it looks like Aaliyah Jemson. Are we still going to have our 8th grade promotion in dance? Absolutely. If we come back to school, we still will be doing that. Talia Walker, what is your morning routine? So my morning routine is that I have meetings virtually through Zoom and Google Classroom. We are working on master scheduling and making sure that we're all set for next school year and our budgets and replying to emails. And any student may email me with a question or concern anytime. And you can do that through our webpage at crammiddleschool.org. Miguel Soto is asking, how do I get some help with schoolwork? So the best way to do that is I put out a learning line in the last parent link. You can call a phone number to get some help with your work if you have questions, or you can email your teacher directly. Next, after this, will we be going straight into SBAC and MAP testing? The answer is yes. If we do come back, we will take MAP testing, and we did ask for a waiver for SBAC, as I said. Next question, are we still going to be able to donate for leukemia after this? I know National Junior Honor Society was working on their leukemia fundraiser. The answer to that is absolutely. We come back to school, National Junior Honor Society will kick off their leukemia fundraiser. Mr. Bugash, this question is from Candace Maybane. When we go back to school, what will happen if a student has the coronavirus? Well, we are hoping that when we do go back to school, there'll be safeguards in place to make sure that students do not come to school with the coronavirus. And our last question is from Chaz Kelly. Are we going to pass this grade? Can we pass with a bad grade? As I said, right now, it's not about grades. It's about keeping up your skills and learning. You will not be held back at this point, Chaz, or your grade will not go down at this point. So do not worry about that. Worry about reading and doing your Google Classroom assignments. Thanks, Wildcats. If you have any other questions, submit that to Cram TV, and I will address it again next week. Next week is spring break, which means that your teachers will not be posting assignments next week or activities. So again, make sure you're staying on a routine, you're staying busy, you're reading, and you're taking your AR quizzes. Thanks, Wildcats. Have a great day.